Meanwhile, Chinese Consul General Xu Wei said on Tuesday that the two countries will soon resume direct flights, which were halted at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and added that the spring of China-India relations is arriving. Ishan Garg, New Delhi.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports as we huddle up for this Wednesday, the 26th day of March for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports this morning. The Nebraska football team has started their spring workouts. We've got some comments coming up from Husker head coach Matt Rhule here this morning. The Nebraska baseball team, they dug themselves an early hole last night and couldn't get out as the Huskers lost to Kansas State last night down in Manhattan by the score of 12-8. We'll talk about that coming up. The Nebraska softball team playing their first midweek game of the season tonight. They'll be in Omaha to take on the Mavericks. Hastings College softball team in action this afternoon against the Concordia Bulldogs in a doubleheader out at the Smith Complex. Some games you'll be able to hear later on today here on Extreme Sports. Hastings College baseball team goes into Lincoln last night and beats Nebraska Wesleyan. We've got details of that coming up. Spring football practice gets underway today at Nebraska Kearney. Hastings High baseball team opened the season last night with an impressive win at York, plus a lot of coaching changes we're going to talk about at Grand Island Senior High today. And the championship games were played last night in the NAIA Women's Basketball Tournament and the NAIA the Men's Basketball Championship down in Kansas City. We've got the results from that coming up. So a full plate to divulge here on a Wednesday morning as we welcome in Tyson from the Western Studios here. Good morning.
Man, I thought you said yesterday was going to be a light sports day. There wasn't much on the tube in terms of that, but yeah, plenty of sports stories to dive into today. I mean, we could bounce anywhere, right? I mean, big news in the NFL yesterday as we talked about that wide receiver class and another big wide receiver landing and going back into the AFC East and Stephon Diggs with the New England Patriots. We've got on the hockey front, man, it's a 7-game winning streak, and a lot of people have been asking, like, hey, when are you going to put the Blues jersey back on? You know, you retired it right before the Four Nations Cup got underway, which was the quote-unquote all-star break for the NHL. Listen, it's a streak right now, and I'm superstitious, so I'm not going to put on the Blues jersey. They've been winning without me wearing it, so it'll stay in the closet for now. But another big win for the Blues, and it's starting to smell a little bit like 2019 on the St. Louis sports front in terms of that hockey club. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things going on today. You mentioned softball. It's Concordia Day. I kind of told you that over the last couple of years, I think Hastings College and Concordia has kind of turned into that rivalry that has that Doan status. It's an interstate GPAC school that we're getting set to play, so it should be a fun atmosphere on the diamond over at the Bill Smith today. So lots going on as we wake up and get going here on a Wednesday.
Yeah, the Broncos and the Bulldogs today, 4 and 6 o'clock will be the game times. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports beginning at 3:45. Really kicks off a big weekend of college sports for us here on Extreme Sports. We'll have baseball Friday and Saturday. We'll have baseball and softball on Saturday. So a big weekend for college sports with both the softball team and the baseball team hosting games here this week. Let's start in the NFL. We can go that way.
Sure.
Stephon Diggs, he signs with New England yesterday. 3 years, $69 million, $26 million guaranteed. Diggs played for Houston last season before suffering a season-ending ACL injury in Week 8 of the season. But he's guaranteeing that he'll be ready for Week 1 this year as he plays with a new team. I'd like to pick up for the Patriots, Stephon Diggs, signing with the Pats yesterday.
Yeah, that's a big get for New England, especially in the AFC, because right now in the AFC East, it's Buffalo. It's Buffalo, and then it's literally everybody else. And so the next team is trying to get a contender. Now you got Stephon Diggs, who was a Bill before heading over to the Houston Texans, and really kind of wanted to see that Josh Allen-Stephon Diggs partnership blossom a little bit more. But they have to go their separate ways as money talks in the NFL, as you know. And he ends up signing with Houston. So now to see one of your wide receivers, one of your guys, one of the guys that you used to pull for on a interdivision team, it's tough. But it's a big get for New England, and I think that'll make things a little bit more competitive at the top of the summit in the AFC East.
All right, another big signing in the NFL yesterday, a head scratcher. The New York Giants have reached an agreement with quarterback Russell Wilson on a one-year deal worth up to $21 million, $10.5 million guaranteed money. The addition of Wilson comes just 2 days after the Giants agreed to terms with quarterback Jameis Winston. So now their quarterback room at New York will consist of Wilson, Winston, and Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. It's more like a mob boss that's just staying in the quarterback room because nobody wants to tell him he's fired because they're afraid to get whacked. Tommy DeVito just still chilling out in the QB room over for the Giants. But you're right. I mean, yeah, you're 48 hours removed from a quarterback signing with Jameis Winston. Russell Wilson continues to go into situations where it's like 1A, 1B. You go back with Justin Fields and his time over in Pittsburgh, and then next thing you know, Pittsburgh's like, oh, well, let's bring Russell in too, just kind of a package deal. So yeah, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston now in the QB room for the Giants.
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
Obviously, he'll be the third stringer. Tommy DeVito. Who's going to win that? Who's going to win that battle for that job?
Tommy
Russell
DeVito
Wilson?
could call in a few favors. He could call in a few favors, and next thing you know, he's going to be the starting quarterback. Like that's how I feel about Tommy DeVito. He's not a mobster, I don't think, but he's just got that name, that ring to it, and I just love he
had to open up a pizza business.
You got me third string. Well, let's see if we don't find a horse head in your bed tomorrow.
Maybe you can open up a pizza business.
There you go.
DeVito's Pizza. Anyway, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston will battle it out for the top job there in New York. Now, where's that leave the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Most intriguing questions.
We've got some Steeler fans that listen to this show on a pretty regular basis. You're waking up this morning, and who's going to quarterback your team?
Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can count on Rodgers. I was reading a quote yesterday. I think it was written in The Athletic, and they were talking about Aaron Rodgers and kind of what he wants to do and the culture that he wants. And he was talking about he wants to go into a situation where it's already a winning culture. And he said, and I quote, like we had in Green Bay. So he wants to go for a winner, but the winners already have their quarterback solidified. So I don't know if he's going to continue to play or just going to spend a year in the dark room. I have no idea. But I don't think, and again, even if you're a Steelers fan, I don't think Rodgers is the answer. Even though he's probably the only quarterback left that hasn't signed yet.
What other team is looking for a quarterback right now?
That's exactly it.
Where's Aaron Rodgers going to end up, if anywhere?
And that's just it. I don't think you can sign him. I don't think as an NFL executive you feel comfortable giving Aaron Rodgers money to come in and potentially fold like a lawn chair when he gets hit by a defensive lineman.
Certainly didn't work with the Jets.
Not at all.
So I don't know. It might be back to the deep hole for Aaron Rodgers.
But I don't know. Yeah, interesting questions. I mean, what is the draft strategy in Pittsburgh? And at this point, do you sell the farm and go up and get one? and get your one. I have every full confidence that Cam Ward is going to be the first quarterback taken in the draft, and I have a feeling he could climb as high as 1 if an NFL franchise like the Steelers goes up and buys on draft day.
God, they'd have to mortgage a lot to get up there.
They'd have to sell the farm, but I think he's your guy. I mean, Cam Ward is a big Cordell Stewart. For Steeler fans' references, Cam Ward is a bigger, more physical Cordell Stewart.
Wow.
And that could be your quarterback for the future. And so I think you got to pay the price to go up and get him.
All right, so some interesting weeks ahead of the NFL draft. What's the Steelers going to do? One other thing we want to get to, a college coaching change, which is going to be interesting. Xavier is going to hire New Mexico's Richard Pitino as its next head coach. So that means that Pitino will be in the same league as his father. Hall of Famer Rick Pitino is the coach at St. John's. So now Richard Pitino will be at Xavier, and Rick Pitino will be at St. John's. Well, that provides some interesting stuff during the basketball season beginning next year.
I'm sure Thanksgiving will be outstanding.
Richard Pitino has guided New Mexico to the NCAA tournament in each of the past 2 seasons, going 53-18 over that span. So he's leaving New Mexico. He'll be at Xavier. And please pass the mashed potatoes and gravy on Thanksgiving, Dad.
I almost feel like this March Madness basketball tournament, while it's lacked in terms of the madness, with your lower seeds, right? They have not advanced into the Sweet 16 like we've seen in the years past. It's provided a lot of madness in terms of the coaching carousel. And you just look at the last couple of days. You had Texas lose to Xavier. So what's Texas do? They go and get Xavier's head coach. New Mexico advances to the second round. Well, what's Xavier do? They're like, well, New Mexico did that, so let's go ahead and get Pitino over here to Xavier, to a little bit more trusted blue blood. Like, they've just been trading coaches at the basketball tournament, and it's been a coaching carousel of coaches that advance. It's almost as if the first couple rounds are like auditions that you can coach small schools and have success in the tournament. And we did it when Tim Miles was at Colorado State. Colorado State won that tournament game, and everyone's like, look at Tim Miles. He's young, he's exciting, he's fun. Let's go get him, and we did.
I like Tim Miles.
I've always loved Tim Miles.
How did he do this year? I don't even know.
Is he at San Jose State?
San Jose?
That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah, dial him up. See how Tim Miles did this year. I checked like halfway through the year, and he's right about 500. San Jose State. See what they did this year. I always liked Tim Miles.
He was great. He was great because his pressers were amazing.
Oh yeah,
and it was 1,000% quote. You know that if you went and had a Tim Miles press conference to go grab audio from, you were going to have 10 minutes of clips to work with, and have to have like a serious discussion on what ones you were going to cut because they're all good. Tim Miles, he was so quotable. Tim Miles, basketball.
Tim Miles, San Jose.
58 years old.
I know, but what was his record this year?
I'm looking for it.
Tim Miles.
It's not that easy. Google. The thing. Tim Miles' record. Well, not this year, not overall. Okay.
No, we're just looking for this year's record. Like I said, I checked halfway through the year. He's about 500.
Is it San Jose State? 21-14.
Oh, that ain't bad.
21-14. Are they in a tournament?
I don't think they got in. Are they in the NIT?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah, did they get into a tournament?
Wouldn't that be great if we matched up with him on Las Vegas?
That would be fantastic.
Don't forget, we got the college basketball crown coming up next week.
Good segue.
College basketball crown, the Huskers in Arizona next week. Got to wonder when we're going to hear from Fred Hoiberg.
San Jose State.
Yeah, they got to be in the NIT.
Basketball.
21-14. Got to be in the NIT. It's not like I was going to lead in that direction today. I was just kind of.
Well, that's just kind of how it happened.
I was just kind of wanting to know what Timmy Boy did this year. 21-14. It's better than what we did. Mm-hmm. Are you still looking?
No, it's not 21 and 14, 15 and 20.
Now, what is it?
I don't know where I got 14 and or 21 and 14, 15 and 20.
15 and 20.
They were 5 games under 500. That's probably not postseason bound.
No. So that's why we're not hearing
I had to
anything.
pull that up. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
San Jose State.
Yep.
All right.
Well, fact checking.
So 15 and 20. So he's probably not playing. Probably not even in the college basketball crown.
No, not with a sub 500 record. Like is that a qualifier like bowl games where you got to win 6 games to get into the postseason? Do you have to be? Yeah, it should have to be 500, right?
I don't think you have to be 500. I don't think there's a rule. But you can't bring in a team that's sub 500 into a postseason tournament.
It makes it tough.
So, anyway, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to join us in our discussion here this morning at the breakfast table, go ahead and give us a call. We'll talk about anything that we've talked about to lead off the show here today. Anything else on your mind or anything non-sports related? If something's on your mind, give us a buzz. Drop us a message on all of our social media sites as well. We're monitoring those. Chief Endorf, he's a Steeler fan.
How did that take a left turn to Tim Miles? That was wild. The sequence of events that led to the Tim Miles discussion, that was fantastic. We got some comments pouring in here.
Well, I don't know how we got to Timmy Boy. I'm trying to think back. How did we even bring back Tim Miles?
Because I was talking about Colorado State.
Colorado State,
Nebraska hiring him, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
No to Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Please, no. God, no. I think the Steelers have something up their sleeve because they're being way too quiet.
Dot.
Or like Ty said, new and up in the draft somehow. Wow.
They're coming up in the draft. Like you were talking about that. Mortgage the farm. Go up and get your quarterback.
Get your boy. Get your boy Cam Ward. Let's go.
They'd have to give up a lot to move up to number 1.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
yeah,
you can future considerations, right? Like future considerations, give up future picks.
It could happen.
Yeah,
I'm like the other people that are chiming in. They've been real quiet.
Tennessee owns it, right? Tennessee has the first pick, right?
Yep, Tennessee.
Okay, and Tennessee has come out and said they're verbally committed to, of all people, Will Levis. The worst quarterback I've seen ever play. He sucks. But they've just come out and said they're committed to him, so they're not going to be chomping at the bit to go get a Will.
Or is that a smoke screen?
God, it would be the greatest. It would be the greatest swerve if it was. So
right out of the gate, they picked Cam Ward. That would stir up the entire draft.
Oh yeah, it would.
Tennessee says we're not interested in picking a quarterback, and they come out right out of the chute and pick a quarterback, Cam Ward. Yeah, that'd really screw things up. Anyway, there's several weeks to go before the NFL draft. A lot could happen.
San Jose State got to the NIT. According to Amber, who Googled it, saying San Jose State played in the NIT, lost their first round 73-70.
So they did take a sub 500 team, the NIT.
The more you know.
There we go. Yeah, that's something I didn't know.
Experts on nothing, including San Jose State basketball. We have enough time keeping track of our own basketball teams.
Yeah, we don't know what Tim Miles was doing out in San Jose State, nor do most people. They probably don't give a damn either. Anyway, 7:18, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, away from sunny San Jose and into the Hastings City Council chambers, members of the Hastings City Council voted unanimously during their meeting Monday to approve the City of Hastings 144-page updated comprehensive plan. This is the first comprehensive plan update for the City of Hastings since the previous plan was adopted way back in 2009. A comprehensive plan is a guiding document that provides recommendations for land use in the community and helps set the stage for future development. Goals and policies provided in this plan are shown to support actions suggested in the housing study. The updated plan allows for increased density in Hastings residential areas to address the community's housing shortage, particularly to facilitate missing middle multifamily housing units that could fit within single-family residential neighborhoods. Meanwhile, over at Hastings College, two Hastings College initiatives, the Scott Scholars Program and the Door Center for Civic Engagement, are excited to announce the receipt of a $50,000 Nebraska Thrive and Retain grant from the Nebraska Department of Economic Development. Grant funding will be paired with a total of $80,000 in additional contributions in order to help execute the Nebraska Revitalize and Thrive Partnership Program. The program aims to address community revitalization and brain drain through national expertise, local leadership, and student-driven insights. And more than 17,000 people, 17,000, tuned in to a virtual town hall yesterday with Omaha's 2nd Congressional District, 2nd District Congressman Don Bacon. It was the largest audience Bacon has hosted since taking office in 2017. The number one topic? Doge. Bacon said he supports the mission of the Department of Government Efficiency to reduce the projected annual deficit. However, once again broke ranks with some of his Republican colleagues by saying the method of mass firings and program cuts from Elon Musk was the wrong move. It's coming up on 7:22 with Mike. We swing it back over to you. What's going down in sports?
Well, 5 unearned runs in the first inning, followed by 4 in the second, put Nebraska into an early deficit as the Huskers fell 12-8 at Kansas State last night. Nebraska scored 8 runs on 11 hits with 3 errors, while Kansas State totaled 12 runs, 8 hits, and an error. Case Sanderson was 4 for 5 with the plate with a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Carson Yassa dropped to 2-2 on the season after giving up 8 runs, 3 earned, on 4 hits and 3 walks in just 1 inning of work. Nebraska is now 10-14 in the season. They will host 5th-ranked Oregon State in a 3-game series coming up this weekend. The Nebraska softball team will play its first midweek game of the season when they face off against Omaha tonight. Huskers are 23-8 in the season. The Mavs are 20-7. First pitch will be at 5 in Omaha. Hastings College softball team will host Concordia today at the Smith Complex. The Broncos are 14-12 in the season, 2-4 in the conference. The Bulldogs are 16-8. They are 1-1 in the league. First pitch will be at 4. We'll have the action today here on Extreme Sports, beginning with the pregame show at 3:45. Hastings College baseball team beat Nebraska Wesleyan 6-4 last night in Lincoln. Junior pitcher Max Smith had a no-hitter when he departed to 6 innings with 7 strikeouts. Jaden Stone led off the game with a home run. Jake Porras had 2 base hits for the Broncos. Hastings is now 5-17 on the season, 2-6 in the conference. They'll play a 4-game series against Northwestern coming up this weekend. Spring football practice gets underway today at Nebraska Kearney. The Lopers will have 108 players participating in the 15 practices. The Lopers will scrimmage Sioux Falls on April the 12th. Their spring game is set for April 26th. UNK went 5-6 last year, 3-6 in the MIAA. Hastings High baseball team opened the season with a 12-2 win at York yesterday. Chance Burton had a base hit, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored for the Tigers. Carlos Jimenez was the winning pitcher. He went the first 3 innings and struck out 4 and walked 3. Hastings will host Gretna on Thursday beginning at 6:30. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame show at 6:15. Other action, Aurora beat Centennial 5-3. Central City Centura defeated Guardian Angels Central Catholic West Point Beamer by the score of 8-0. And St. Paul Palmer got by Holdridge 11-8. Grand Island Senior High boys basketball coach Jeremiah Slough has resigned. Slough also serves as the school's girls golf coach. Meanwhile, the Islanders have named Brittany Marr as their new softball coach. Monty Fife will take over the girls basketball program, and Braden Miller has been named the new volleyball coach at Grand Island. Dordt has repeated as the NAIA women's basketball national champion. The Defenders beat Indiana Wesleyan 82-73 last night up in Sioux City. Meanwhile, in the men's championship game in Kansas City, the College of Idaho defeated Oklahoma Wesleyan 93-65. That's checking your sports headlines here on Extreme Sports. It's 7:25.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Warm conditions into the weekend, then changes are on the way. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. 70 degrees is the high today on Wednesday. A few passing clouds, a chance for some sprinkles, and southeast winds gusting to 25 miles per hour. 51 is the overnight low tonight, 81 on Thursday and Friday, as well as a chance for some strong to severe storms with hail and wind being the main threats on Thursday and Friday night. And then on Saturday, a chance for rain, and Sunday, a chance for snow.
Right now, as you wake up, get going this morning. South winds 3 miles per hour. It's cloudy. 39 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, located at 208 South Burlington, Suite 101 in Hastings. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating scalp treatments, and advanced Glow 2 facials, along with ozone therapy and frequency healing. Join us for our spring open house on March 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Enjoy free tours, 20% off all bookings, exciting giveaways, and a chance to win a $100 gift card for the first 30 product purchases. Become a member for 24-hour access to amenities like the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge, plus discounts on services and products. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Truly holistic care designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success, and now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Urbanic. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday, the 26th day of March. So wherever you're listening to us, thanks for joining us today, whether you're on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, our smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for joining us here this morning. Again, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number, 402-834-1330. Or you can leave us a message on the social media sites. We're monitoring all that as well. We might as well bring up our latest thing. We launched it yesterday, and we were just going to kind of see how everything worked out, but everything went according to plan yesterday, and it's up and running right now. If you've got the Roku app, or if you're enjoying a beer or two, maybe down at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill.
At 7:30?
Well, as soon as they open. I mean, this is like a 24-hour thing. We've now got a trivia game up that is interactive. Remember those old games that you used to play in the bars where you had to go up and get the controller?
The blue tablets?
Yeah, and sit down and have like a trivia game at your table where you're sipping a beer or two. Yep. Well, now you can do it with our Roku app and things like that. We've got, while we roll the scores and everything else that we roll through on a regular basis, now we have a trivia game set up, and you don't have to go up and get a controller. You can do it right all in your smartphone.
That's
it's really
fantastic.
neat. Yeah, I sat home yesterday on my couch and started to play with it. There's a lot of things I didn't know about sports trivia. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not an expert on anything. I'm certainly not an expert on sports trivia. So try your luck. Dial it up today if you have a chance and see what you like. Leave us some comments, what you like, what you don't like about it. But it's a brand new Extreme Sports Trivia game that you'll be able to interactive play on your smartphone and right to the Roku app. It's kind of a neat thing. Obviously, the IT guy has nothing to do.
Well, I just got to ask who came up with the questions, because I was looking at it a little bit earlier, and like you said, some of these, even like the local sports ones, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, it's like localized as well. But there's some hard questions in there, and certainly they didn't pick our brains for the trivia questions, because they would have been a little bit more simpler. But yeah, some challenging questions. Get in there and participate. Like I said, Roku channel after the show. Go ahead and play along.
Yeah, you can sit at the table and maybe compete against your buddies. It's set up that way, and then there's there's point standings for the overall total in the history of the game. So if you think you're a trivia expert, you can play the game and see if you can oust whoever's on top. I think the IT guy, he's up on top right now. Of course, hell, he probably knows the answers. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, check it out. And we're still making some fine-tuning adjustments to it, but it's up and operational now, especially if you head down to Bullseye. It'll be up on the screen down there, down at Bullseye. So,
that's fantastic.
All right. San Jose State, back to that. I didn't know San Jose State was going to dominate our discussion today. They played in the NIT for the first time since 1981 this year.
So Miles guiding the team to the postseason.
The NIT, not in tournament.
Yep, not in tournament, but still step in the right direction for a basketball program that doesn't have a lot of history behind it. So, yeah.
So are you satisfied to play in the NIT?
I think if you're San Jose State, you are.
Or are you satisfied playing in the college basketball crown?
Either way. They're not basketball tournaments, so.
Well, they are.
They're the not in basketball tournaments. They're the bowl games of the college football world.
So you play in the NIT or the college basketball crown,
right?
Which do you get more excited about playing in?
I'm looking at the field for the CBC, and I'm like,
it's not bad.
It's a fun field. At least there's some decent blue bloods in there. I don't know. I'm not gonna scream from the rooftops if we go and make a run through this thing and be like, oh, we're the CBC champs. Like, I'm not going to brag about it. But it's a nice tournament for the seniors to get some extra time and for this team to continue to play some ball. So,
all right. So anyway, the Huskers play on Monday, I think. The IT guy, x-streamsports.com/trivia is how you get involved in our trivia game. So, you can do it. You can go to x-streamsports.com/trivia. You can do it on our webpage, too.
It's not too hard to remember.
No.
Throw it in your smartphone.
So you got to get registered, and that's only to put your name up on the screen. Yeah, a lot of people will be trying that out today.
I think so.
x-streamsports.com/trivia. Go to that, and you'll be able to get into our brand new trivia game that we just launched yesterday.
More discussions on the Pittsburgh quarterback situation from Chief. Says heard a lot of trade rumors that would send Brock Purdy to the Steelers for a first-round pick. Wouldn't be opposed to that. Much better than Aaron Rodgers, and not wrong.
That's an interesting move.
I think anything other than Will Levis is a better option than Aaron Rodgers. Will Levis and Daniel Jones, I'd throw them in the quarterback category of just stinkers. But yeah, getting Brock Purdy, that would be a hell of a trade.
San Francisco, after cleaning house, they could stand a number 1 draft pick.
Yep.
I could see that happening.
Yep, I like that.
Chief, I think you're on to something.
That's why they call him the Chief. It's the lead investigator.
Hell, he might be in the managerial office. Who knows? He might have moved up the ladder. Yeah, no one would know that. How does he have information? He heard trade rumors.
It's because he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He hears the rumors. You're a fan, you follow the team, and you follow them through the offseason.
Yeah, I like that trade. Give him a number 1. Bring Purdy to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that a whole lot.
There you go.
All right, the Nebraska football team opened up a spring football practice this week. Are you ready for that?
Here's the thing, man.
We're not going to have a spring game this year, so I'm not too excited about it.
Every year, I tell myself, I'm not going to get too hyped up for Husker football before kickoff, right? Like, I'm not going to start drinking Roulade this early in the off season, and then the first practice for spring ball hits, and Matt Rule takes the microphone, and then I get amped up for Husker football, and I take a big drink of Matt Roulade. We've got several minutes of Matt. Let's dive in. What do you have to say?
Drink your Roulade. Drink her up. The coach completed his second practice yesterday and was asked really what he's looking for here early in spring football practice.
The first 2 days, the rules are of our 15 practices, 3 have to be in helmets. The first 2 have to be in helmets. We think it's really important to give them Easter Saturday off. And so, that's the only time. That's why we go on a Monday. Coming off spring break, it's not ideal to take a week off and then start practice. So I was looking for guys to have come back in shape, so that we didn't have any pulls or anything like that. And I really think of these first 2 days really as classroom instruction on the grass. A ton of teaching, a ton of installation. The guys, as I told them, there is no depth chart right now. There is no, this is your role. It's not the coach's job right now to figure out who's going to play and who's not going to play. It's our job to figure out who can play. It's a big difference. I'll say that one more time. Job's not to figure out who is going to play. It's really who can play. And you're trying to teach guys and see what they can do. And so asking our players to just focus on their effort and their execution. We're trying to set a standard for those things the first 2 days in football. So I think it's been really good. We went 1 day inside, 1 day outside. Obviously, we're practice fields are torn up right now, so there's some limitations, but we're blessed with elite facilities, and we're able to get out there and get some work in.
A lot of new faces for the Huskers this spring. Not only players, but coaches. But the coach says that the new faces have not hindered the start of spring football.
I haven't really felt a ton of there's a lot of guys that don't really get what we're doing. I think the veteran leadership is so pronounced. They kind of know what to do, and so the guys have just kind of come in and dug right into the rhythm of it. I think we have a lot of new staff. And so, that I sometimes maybe feel that maybe a little bit more. But, we just want to get everyone out there, like I said, and just really teach them the scheme, but really also the standards that we want to have in terms of how hard we expect the guys to play and the execution that we're expecting from them. And I think everyone's taken advantage of that. And I think we've done a good job of, as the rules allowed, including football in the offseason more than we ever have, so that we can get to here and it, not be we're starting football. We've immersed within the training periods and the mat drill periods and all that. We've immersed a lot of football. So I think the guys are more prepared than ever. So I haven't really felt, honestly, Mitch, what you'd think with the numbers, I haven't really felt like, wow, there's just a ton of new guys out here. It feels kind of seamless, which is a good thing.
And the coach says that they really tried to simplify things to the staff, both offensively and defensively.
Our offense pretty much looks like what it looked like in the bowl game. I think Dana kind of sat down and while we were out recruiting, really kind of looked at like what are the best things that we do and what are the things that we really believe in, and we've focused in on those things. Defensively, I think we're looking at, hey, who are the best players and how do we get them on the field. We also are trying to do a nice job of just teaching a couple base fundamental defenses that we can go to no matter what. So we're probably simplified a little bit defensively right now. And then obviously X bringing in a new special team system. So every day there's something new there, in terms of the way that we're teaching it.
And we also talked about the running back room heading into the new season. Of course, Emmett Johnson is back, but you could see some new faces back there as well this year.
I have no concerns with running back. I think Quentin's, you go back, I've talked about Quentin a lot. I think Quentin's really, really talented. And I think it's just been him getting an opportunity. We were going to play Makai last year at the end of the year in a couple games. And then I think I forget what happened. Like it just ended up not working out. But Makai is dynamically fast, explosive, unbelievably competitive. Has an edge to him. That I love. And we brought in. I think Kenneth has done a great job for us. He returned the kickoff to open up the bowl game. He's a local kid that ran 10-4. And then. You look at the guys we brought in, Connor, Jamarian, we'll see how they do throughout the court. I think Jamarian got here like at 175. He's already 190-some. Like, he's big and strong. So we feel really good about those guys. I don't think that's a position where we feel like, at least right now, that, hey, we need to go out and do something here. We got guys that we know can play. And the only reason why Quentin hasn't had a lot of production, kind of very similar to the question that was just asked, was just hasn't had the opportunity. But he has the talent. He's 210 pounds and can run. So, but this spring's a really important time for them, right? It's a really, really important time. And the last thing I'll say about that, they all have the ability to, catch the football. In the offense that we want to be moving forward, you're going to have to be able to run the football, catch the football, and pass protect. And we want to be a 50-50 balanced offense. And Quentin can really catch the football. Makai can really catch the football. Kenneth can really catch the football. Now we'll see, the young guys, I think they can, but, they have to show me they can do it.
All right. Lean back, take one big swig. Roulade.
Delicious. The delicious Roulade. You go talk about 1 minute and 40 seconds in the running back room. Oh, man. It's that. Look at the arm hairs on we're spiked. We're ready to roll today.
Oh, yeah?
Run the damn ball.
Does that get you going?
It does. You talk about running back room, man, and coming out of the backfield, being able to catch the football, and you got wide receivers that are going to try to, actually block this year for your running backs when they get to the outside. Man, I just think that, again, we're 2 days into practice, but all of the guys that we brought in and all of the things they've been saying have been things that we've been shouting for, yelling at our television screens over the past decade that we want this program to do and get back to. And from the sounds of it, man, at least on the speak side, they're doing it. On the speak side, they're doing it. Now, will it translate onto the field?
It's simple.
Run the damn ball. Let's go. Let's go. Kai blazing speed. Elusive back. Come out of the backfield. Make some big plays. God, it's music to my ears.
Pump the brakes.
We'll see it.
Pump the
Come
brakes.
on. Playoffs are bust, baby. Let's go.
Pump the brakes.
We're going to the championship. Roulade. No.
Pump the brakes.
I'll be happy with 10 and being in competition. I just want to be competitive, man.
I want to get to the college football playoff.
I don't want to get blown out by Indiana. I don't want to have a double overtime game with Illinois. I don't want a 14-7 defensive struggle against Purdue. Let's go out and kick these teams' ass that we need to kick ass. And
don't want to lose to Iowa.
Yeah, I really don't want to lose to Iowa.
Yeah, those are some of the things that we got to do.
We got to get over some small hurdles before we can start tackling big ones. But man, I think we blazed through some of these small hurdles this year.
We're two practices into spring football.
Let's go.
Hold on. Let's see how we get through spring football practice.
You said lean back and take a big gulp of Roulade.
I know.
Confirmed. Did.
I did say that.
I'm gonna do it again.
I just happen to have a jug of it though sitting here, so I don't want to just leave it sit here all spring.
Anyway, it's an exciting time, even without the spring game.
Let's open it up. What do you think? Drop us a message on our social media sites.
On day 2 of spring ball.
Day 2 of spring ball.
Realistic expectations.
Realistically, what do you expect? How many wins this year? How many wins do you think? Are you at 10? How many games do we play? 11 this year?
12.
12?
12 regular season, not counting postseason.
So you're saying 10-2? God.
Yeah.
Certainly not.
Yeah. I'm going to say 10-2. I think if we're gonna elevate this program, if we're gonna take that next natural step in the maturation, if we're as good as everybody says we're going to be, I think 10 is the minimum.
Well, Matt Rule's always been talking about his little 3-year.
We always talk about it. It gets brought up every game, that graphic, right?
Every game, every year.
So let's see it.
Third year is the best. Well, this is his third year.
Let's see it.
You're saying 10.
That's my expectation. Yeah, that's my expectation is a 10-win season.
All right, what's everybody else's expectation? Drop us a message on the Facebook. Got a lot of people in the room.
Shaner was 6. Ouch.
Ow.
Another bowl game. Another
lower tier.
Another
Pinstripe Bowl.
Ho-hum season of Husker football frustration.
We're back to the Pinstripe Bowl.
No, I have higher expectations for us than that.
6.
Happy with 8.
Happy with 8.
Keep your expectations low so you don't get to just that's what I do with my love life, Shaner.
You don't have a love life. Speaking of that,
low expectations.
Speaking of that,
oh, we're getting into the love life now.
Yeah, here we go again.
Oh, sit back, kids.
Elon Musk. What the hell is wrong with this guy? I saw this morning that he fathered his 14th child. He's got 14 kids. Keep your pecker in your pants.
Oh my God. Good morning. It's Wednesday.
Keep your pecker in your pants. 14 kids he's got. I wonder how many different women.
13?
I'm gonna look.
Over-unders?
13. Yeah. What is his mission? He's if he's gonna pay child support, hell, he's got the money to do it, I guess.
Hostile domination of world takeover. That's what it appears.
Yeah, I just saw that on one of my news sites this morning. As I was getting information for this show. Elon Musk fathered his 14th child.
There are 2 places that I didn't think this show was going to go today.
Tim Miles.
It's Tim Miles and Elon Musk's love life. But somehow we got there.
Yeah, somehow we got there. This is supposed to be a informative show. Sports talk show.
We're getting a lot of information. We're well-rounded today.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Extremely well-rounded. One thing I want to get to on the motorsport side of things, you talk NASCAR and you get your NASCAR platform. I take it and go to the Formula One world a little bit. There is news that broke this morning from Team Red Bull, who has been the dominant team other than last year when McLaren won the Manufacturers' Championship, but Max Verstappen is the world champion. He's won 5 straight, right? So he's the current A driver. His teammate that he got at the beginning of the season was a rookie named Liam Lawson. Lawson qualified 20th out of 20 in the Chinese Grand Prix, worked his way up to like a 15th place finish. 2 races into the Formula One season, Liam Lawson has been sacked. He has been replaced by the Racing Bulls driver, which is essentially the Red Bull B team, Yuki Tsunoda, who appears to be one of the up-and-coming world's best drivers. And so Yuki Tsunoda will now take the seat of Liam Lawson for Team Red Bull and Christian Horner. And so there you go.
Interesting stuff.
That's it's huge news on the global side of things. Not so much here in America, where we our only knowledge of Formula One is that it ruins the strip of Vegas during race weekend.
What's a year?
A lot of people bitch about it.
Elon Musk has 14 kids with 4 women. God, we got some very intelligent people that listen to this show.
I love the research department of the show. Like,
yeah.
when we ask a question, people like hit Google instantaneously and give us a response. I love that interaction with our listeners. I'm just not sure that you want Elon Musk's children and women to be in your like Google algorithms.
14 kids with 4 different women.
Now that we've been talking about it, that's all we're going to see on Facebook today, by the way.
Amber says it's better than Tyreek Hill.
The cheetah.
Oh, God.
Cheetah.
He's
Literally
got several kids, too, with several different women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to head in this direction today. No, that's what's nice about this show. You know, when we start at 7 o'clock every morning, we have no idea. We have no idea where the show is heading. In fact, I don't even talk to you until 7 o'clock. So we have no idea where the show is heading.
There is zero prep. Like 6:55 rolls around, we chime in and we're like, "Hey, is everything working?
Yep.
Okay, good. Talk to you at 7."
Yeah,
and
hit the
you
open.
have no idea when we hit play what's going to happen.
But that's what's nice about this show.
It makes it exciting.
You never know when you're waking up what we're going to talk about today.
And there's stuff that I like remember like halfway through the show. I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to bring that up."
We'll get to it tomorrow.
Let's hit that curveball.
All right, 7:51. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We start off at City Hall, where members of the Hastings City Council voted 7-0 during their regular meeting Monday, to approve the City of Hastings' 144-page comprehensive plan. The first comprehensive plan update for the City of Hastings since 2009, 4 years after I graduated high school. A comprehensive plan is a guiding document that provides recommendations for land use in the community and helps set the stage for future development. Goals and policies in the plan suggest housing. The updated plan allowing for increased density in Hastings residential areas to address the community's housing shortage, particularly to facilitate missing middle multifamily housing units that could fit within single-family residential neighborhoods. Meanwhile, over at Hastings College, 2 initiatives, the Scott Scholars Program and the Door Center for Civic Engagement, are excited to announce the receipt of a $50,000 Nebraska Thrive and Retain grant from the Nebraska Department of Economic Development. Grant funding will be paired with a total of $80,000 in additional contributions in order to help execute the Nebraska Revitalize and Thrive Partnership Program. The program aiming to address community revitalization and brain drain throughout with national expertise, local leadership, and student-driven insights. And more than 17,000 people tuned into a virtual town hall with Omaha's 2nd District Congressman Don Bacon last night, the largest audience that Bacon has hosted since taking the job in D.C. back in 2017. The number one topic, DOGE. Bacon said he supports the mission of the Department of Government Efficiency to reduce the projected annual deficit. However, once again broke ranks with some of his Republican colleagues by saying the method of mass firings and program cuts from Mike Will's favorite person, Elon Musk, was the wrong move. Mike, it's 5 minutes to tell. Take us home with some sports.
Well, Nebraska fell behind early. They gave up 5 unearned runs in the first inning last night, 4 more runs in the second, and they couldn't climb out of the holes. They lost to Kansas State 12-8. So the Huskers will move on. They're now 10-14 on the season. They will play host to 5th-ranked Oregon State in a 3-game series coming up this weekend. The Nebraska softball team will play its first midweek game of the season tonight when they face off against Omaha in Omaha. First pitch will be at 5. Hastings College softball team will host Concordia tonight at the Smith Complex. Actually, late this afternoon. Action gets underway at 4. We'll have the games here on Extreme Sports beginning at 3:45 this afternoon. Hastings College baseball team goes into Lincoln last night and beats Nebraska Wesleyan 6-4 in a non-conference game. Huskers will take on the Northwestern in a 4-game series coming up this weekend. Hastings High baseball team opened the season last night with a 12-2 win at York. And Grand Island Senior High boys basketball coach Jeremiah Slough has resigned. He also serves as the school's girls golf coach. That's what's going on in sports here this morning, coming up on 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Warm conditions into the weekend, then changes are on the way. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. 70 degrees is the high today on Wednesday. A few passing clouds, a chance for some sprinkles, and southeast winds gusting to 25 miles per hour. 51 is the overnight low tonight. 81 on Thursday and Friday, as well as a chance for some strong to severe storms with hail and wind being the main threats on Thursday and Friday night. And then on Saturday, a chance for rain, and Sunday, a chance for snow.
South winds at 3 miles per hour. It is cloudy, 39 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, located at 208 South Burlington, Suite 101 in Hastings. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating scalp treatments, and advanced Glow 2 facials, along with ozone therapy and frequency healing. Join us for our spring open house on March 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Enjoy free tours, 20% off all bookings, exciting giveaways, and a chance to win a $100 gift card for the first 30 product purchases. Become a member for 24-hour access to amenities like the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge, plus discounts on services and products. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Truly holistic care designed for you.
Conant Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Conant Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Mike Will, Tyson Vronic here. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, thanks for listening to us. It's a Wednesday morning. Softball coming up later on today. Hastings College and Concordia from the Smith Complex. Doubleheader gets underway at 4. Coverage begins at 3:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Louis' grandparents had 15 kids.
Well, you might know there's a lot of Swobodas in the area. 15 grandkids would be a reason for that.
Yeah, we were talking about Elon Musk fathering his 14th child yesterday. Not to be outdone by Louis' grandparents. Hell, they had 15 kids, so what are we talking about? Yeah, maybe it must be okay. 4 different women, Elon Musk.
Sad. No baseball today. Spring training is wrapped up.
Well, the season starts tomorrow, right?
No Major League Baseball today. Season starts tomorrow, 2:05 from Yankee Stadium. Yankees and the Brew Crew.
It's really not the season opener because we already played a couple of games.
It's opening day. Like, opening day overseas doesn't count. It's opening day in America for America's pastime, and all the teams except for, oddly enough, the Rays and Rockies are not going until Friday. And they'll go at like the Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees spring training facility. That's where Tampa is going to play all their home games this year due to the hurricane damage in the Tropicana Field and discussions to potentially move the Tampa Rays to Orlando.
So they're going to play the entire season over there?
Yeah. They've already started like making a few adjustments, taking some Yankee signage down and replacing it with like Rays banners.
That stadium's not very big.
It's not, but it'll be
There's
perfect
no
for Tampa because their attendance at the Trop has been dreadful at best.
So they're going to be able to squeeze all those people into
they can play in front of a full stadium finally.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So
they'll be in the spring training facility.
All right, so that's what's going on there. We got the NCAA men's basketball tournament going to resume tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow's full slate.
Yeah, you're still in last place.
Thanks for the reminder. It's a big day.
You're going to start the day tomorrow. Look yourself in the mirror. You're going to look at your bracket and say, "There's only one place to go, and that's up."
And I'm not going to go up on Thursday.
You're not?
Because everybody has Florida and Duke. Right, and I've already lost out on the other 2 games in the Sweet 16. My big moving day is going to come on Friday. If I can get Michigan State, Kentucky, Michigan to advance, that would be good. I have top seeded Auburn falling to Michigan come Friday.
Oh, that would be a big one.
Yeah, my moving day is Friday.
That could be a day to get you out of the cellar.
Yep.
So tomorrow you're not?
Yeah, by Friday's show, when we get on the air Friday morning, I'm still probably going to be in dead last. And I might have actually solidified the dead last spot, because right now I'm tied with somebody.
Yeah.
I think I could own it. I could own that spot.
So she's still on top of our a bracket challenge.
Lexi's rolling.
Yeah, I haven't looked. I'm going to look into her and see what she's got now for the rest of the week.
Scouting the competition?
Yeah, I'm going to scout out the competition and see what she's got. Lexi doesn't know anything about... I know Lexi. She doesn't know anything about basketball.
She's at the top of our bracket challenge.
Yeah, she's kicking our butt.
Hell, I got 3 students in the classroom, and I've told this story. Like, I got 17 kids in a news and sports class, and when we focus on sports, we brought out brackets before the tournament started, and of those 17 kids, I think 1 raised their hand that they're semi-interested in sports, so for the most part, I'm just teaching the fundamentals of basketball to these kids, and they're filling out March Madness brackets. I'm behind 4 of my students. 4 of my students that know nothing about basketball have better brackets than I do. At the moment. Again, my big moving day is Friday.
All right, so something to look forward to. Major League Baseball season starts tomorrow. NCAA men's basketball tournament continues tomorrow. Locally, we've got high school baseball tomorrow night, and then the full slate of Hastings College baseball and softball scheduled for a Friday and Saturday, weather permitting. Did you hear the forecast?
Isn't it Sunday supposed to be the stupid day?
Sunday, we're going to see some snow. Saturday, it sounds like we're going to have rain. Thursday night and Friday night, we could have hail.
No. I'm okay.
That doesn't bode well.
This word out.
That doesn't bode well for outdoor activities.
It does not.
So we'll see what happens.
Weather permitting. Knock on wood. Let's get some games in.
So we'll see what happens. Enjoy your day today at Smith. Should be great.
Yeah.
Jump in the upper 70s, maybe the 80s. Out at Smith today. Going to be a little bit on the windy side. Of course, it always is at Smith.
I was going to say, when is it not?
So, we'll have the action today, 3:45, pregame 4 o'clock for the first game, 6 o'clock or somewhere thereabouts for the second game. Hastings and Concordia coming up today here on Extreme Sports.
Well, let's make it a great day to be a Bronco.
All right. Have yourself a great day. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at 7. Again, if you'd like to listen to the show again, and there was a lot of great things on the show today. A lot of great things that we talked about. You can go to our podcast section on any one of our social media sites and check out the replay of this, even on Roku TV. There's a spot where you can listen to the show again. And definitely, if you have nothing to do today, check out our brand new trivia game. You can grab it online at x-streamsports.com/trivia. Go to that address and you'll get all the information and get all the stuff to get signed up for our Extreme Sports brand new trivia game that we debuted yesterday. So a lot of things on the agenda today.